Welcome, and thank you for attending this webinar. My name is Karin Moen, and today we're going to talk about something that may affect any one of our customers, financial fraud. We're going to talk about what to look for and how to keep your money safe so you can tackle fraud prevention with confidence. And let's start with why fraud prevention matters. Banking fraud is increasing in frequency and sophistication. Even customers who feel tech savvy can be caught off guard with many scams now mimicking legitimate communications so closely that it's hard to spot the difference. AI is going to continue making fraud even harder to detect. Local community banks like United Prairie are attractive targets for fraudsters because people tend to trust familiar names and local institutions. When a message looks local, people are more likely to respond quickly. And once money leaves an account through wire transfers, payment apps, or gift cards, it can be extremely difficult to recover. Acting early is the best defense. Recognize red flags, slow down before responding, and learn how to verify a message to stop fraud. Our team of experts are on your team to help prevent fraud. Contact us immediately if anything seems out of the ordinary, so we can take the appropriate next steps to keep your money and information safe. We have become very good at recognizing signs of frauds and scams when doing transactions at the bank as well. So let's look at some common types of fraud. Crooks use clever schemes to defraud millions of people every year. They often combine new technology with old tricks to get people to send money or give out personal information. Do not send money or give out personal information in response to an unexpected request, whether it comes as a text, a phone call, or an email. Let's look at some of the common types. Phishing. Scammers use emails, texts, or calls pretending to be trusted organizations to trick you into revealing personal information, such as passwords, social security numbers, or financial details. Look for spelling errors, a generic greeting, requests for immediate action and urgency. Do not click on links or attachments from unknown sources. Verify using only known contact info. Identity theft happens when someone uses your personal or financial information without your permission to open bank accounts, steal your tax refund, make purchases, or open credit card accounts. Common ways identities are stolen come through data breaches, mail theft, phishing scams, dumpster diving. Make sure you shred sensitive documents, keep passwords secure, set up alerts for large purchases, and monitor your credit report. Online shopping scams. Fake websites or sellers deceive customers into sharing financial info. Watch out for poor website design, spelling errors, missing information, or fake e-commerce sites, bad customer reviews, deals that seem too good to be true. Sometimes you can search the company name with the word scam to see if a scam has been reported about this site. Social media scams. Fraudsters using social media to gain personal information, deceive into sending money, or clicking on malicious links. Watch for fake giveaways, fake job offers, new profiles with no personal information. Looking at your privacy settings on social media sites you use can be helpful as well. So some common types of financial fraud. Account takeover. Fraudsters gaining access to your online or mobile banking accounts, often through phishing scams or data leaks. Check fraud happens when checks are altered, stolen, or have counterfeit checks. Card fraud is unauthorized debit or credit card use, and it can involve skimming devices or online purchases. Imposter scams. Scammers spoof personal or professional relationships to gain trust before fabricating a story and requesting money or information. So let's look at a few common ones we see. The grandparent scam. Grandparents often have a hard time saying no to their grandchildren, and scam artists know this all too well. Scammers gain access to personal information by mining social media or purchasing data from cyber thieves. The scammer often tells you Please don't let mom or dad know. Always use caution if you are being pressured for information or to send money quickly. And the romance scams. These scams can be particularly damaging because they do not begin as an obvious financial crime. The approach is often subtle. What appears casual at first can gradually evolve into a highly personal bond, with the scammer investing weeks or even months building credibility before they introduce a financial request. Fake tech support. Tech support scams often begin by manufacturing panic and confusion. A device may appear to freeze, a pop-up warning may suddenly fill the screen, or an alarming message may claim the computer has been infected, compromised, or is actively under attack. The goal is to create fear before critical thinking has time to engage. They may ask for remote access to your device. Then they may install spyware, capture passwords, or access online banking. And the fake bank representative. Fraudsters often use multiple tactics to make them appear to be an actual employee of the bank. When they call you, the number that actually shows up on your phone may be the same number as your local branch. They may actually tell you they are transferring you to their fraud department to make it sound more convincing. They typically begin with a text message, email, or phone call from somebody claiming to be your bank, alerting you to a suspicious transaction or seeking your personal information. Your bank will often need to ask some questions to confirm your identity, but this only will occur when you call them. If you get a call from someone claiming to be the bank and they start asking for information, it is best to hang up the phone and then call your bank to report it. And here's some common ways scammers trick people. They use urgency and fear. They try to make you act before verifying. They'll say something like, act now or your account will be closed. Spoofing, faking caller ID, email addresses, or websites that look legitimate. Personalization, using your public available information to sound convincing. Remember, there is a lot of personal information that is relatively easy to find. Social engineering is building a connection to exploit. Too good to be true. Offer something that is abnormally fortunate. Open a new account today and get $20,000. You also should never be asked to send money in order to receive your winnings or a prize. And exploiting current events, using news, natural disasters, or other events to appear timely and legitimate is another trick they use. So let's look at some red flags that you should watch out for, keeping in mind that these will help you spot scams before they can harm you. Calls claiming to be the bank, asking for personal information. Messages with spelling errors, odd phrasing, unfamiliar or unexpected links. Unexpected messages about prizes or bills. Requests for passwords, PINs, or one-time codes. And here's some everyday habits that can help protect you. Monitor your accounts regularly. Set up alerts for transactions, logins, and balance changes. Keep your phones, tablets, and computers updated to reduce vulnerabilities, as well as mobile banking apps and browsers. Secure your personal information. Be sure to shred documents, avoid public Wi-Fi for banking, use strong passwords, and multi-factor authentication. Recognize legitimate bank communications. We will never call or contact you and ask you for personal information. We are here to help you prevent fraud. Your accounts are monitored to detect suspicious transactions with automatic fraud alerts notifying you of unusual activity in real time. Two-way text alerts notify you by text about suspicious activity. You can reply yes or no to confirm if a purchase is legitimate. If you reply yes, you can continue to use your card. If you reply no, you'll receive a call for the next steps. Our online and mobile banking platforms are secure with multi-factor authentication to protect your accounts. You can set up alerts for different account activities in online banking to stay informed. Check your credit score in online banking to stay on top of that report as well. Control your card, set limits, and turn your card on and off. Our experts are here to provide guidance on potential fraud, so call your banker or our customer service to report fraud or suspicious activities. We will be your advocate. We can work with law enforcement and fraud agencies to stop scams and help recover funds. So some things you should do if you suspect fraud. Verify before you act. Call or visit a branch if anything seems out of the ordinary or if you're unsure about a message. We can freeze or close compromised accounts or take the appropriate actions to keep you safe. Document everything. Save screenshots, emails, dates, and amounts. And report things to your local authorities, including the FTC and the local law enforcement. Next steps is to monitor your credit, update your passwords, and review transactions to prevent future fraud. So we're going to take a look at a few examples of fraud that have affected some of our customers. The first one we're going to look at is a victim was contacted over the phone by someone claiming to be from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. The person indicated there was a warrant out for her arrest and threatened immediate arrest if she didn't comply with the investigation by paying the money requested. A male came and picked up the cash from her home. The victim also purchased an official check, took it to another bank to deposit on behalf of the fraudster, and then we were able to stop the check from clearing, but the cash was a loss to the victim. Another victim was contacted by a loan company over the phone. The victim agreed to the terms of the loan and was told that they would need to access her bank account online so they could deposit the funds using mobile deposit. The victim was then told to take the funds from the mobile deposits and purchase gift cards. The gift card information was then shared with that fraudster. The checks that were deposited were returned as fraudulent, and the victim was out the money. A third example is a victim attempted to purchase a large piece of equipment found on the internet. The victim did not verify the legitimacy of the sale or the equipment. A wire transfer was sent for the amount of the purchase. The wire recipient was not the name of the supposed seller. The equipment was never delivered and the wire was unrecoverable, making the victim take a significant loss. Now we're going to look at another example. And this is an email that was sent to a United Prairie Bank customer. And I'm going to give you a few moments to look at that and see if you can spot some of the signs, some of the red flags. Okay, now let's take a look at some of those red flags that hopefully maybe you were able to catch. So you can see at the top, it comes from a fake email address. It's got unitedprairiebank.net@gmail.com. The next thing it says is a greeting using customer name. If you receive an email about your account, your name would be used. And the amount is $45,000. That's a too good to be true deposit if you're not expecting it. And you also can see the images are screenshots from our website. They are distorted and cropped. So let's look at some key takeaways from today's webinar. Our main message today is that fraud attempts can happen to anyone, but they are preventable. Simple habits like pausing, verifying, and staying aware can help keep your money and information safe. When in doubt, give us a call. We are always willing to answer any questions and help keep your money safe. So like these three say, fraud attempts are common, but simple habits reduce risk. We will never ask for sensitive information through unsolicited messages. When in doubt, pause and verify. And while these tips seem so easy, fraudsters are very good at making you feel scared and telling you how urgent the situation is. Many will also tell you not to talk to your bank, which is another red flag. They may tell you that your bank will tell you lies about what the fraudster is asking for or directing you to do. That is why it is so important to practice the habits we have talked about in keeping your money safe. And most importantly, if confronted with a possible fraud situation, trust your gut. Slow down, don't panic, and remember the tips and tricks we have talked about. We are your partner in keeping your money safe. I want to thank you again for taking time to attend this webinar, and I hope it has provided some useful information on how to keep your money safe and help prevent fraud. If you ever have any questions, please reach out to your bank. We are always willing to help. Thanks again.